It's Cyclone here, back with No Man's Sky, and I gotta tell you, a couple of big updates. Number one, I got finally my first exotic starship. Let me show you this bad boy right here. 20 slot monster, beautiful ship, and let me just get into. Let me show you a little bit closer up here. So this is the ship I received. And again, 20 slots, pretty high, at least to my knowledge. I've heard people get like 13, 14 slots. So 20 slots and good stats to boot. This thing is a monster. I'm going to try and upgrade this as much as possible. And I'm really just going to use it to take out pirates and maybe do some warping as well, because the hyperdrive is pretty good. So there's potential for that. But the purpose of this video, besides the epic starship, is look at the planet I made a home base on. Look, it's one of these geyser planets, and I had no idea that these types of planets could have a home base on them. So that was news to me. The times I've tried finding a home base on these planets, the signal booster will not work, and there's like nothing to find. So I always assumed that these planets were just barren and you couldn't actually settle on them, but I've been proven wrong. And with the update having been installed and everything else, of all the planet types they added, this like energy geyser type is by far my favorite. So I'm really excited that I actually found a home base on this type of planet. I didn't even know that was possible. So now I know. I think I'm going to try and build a basic farm for now. The system I'm in only has 3 planets, and only one of them has any sort of life on it. It's actually quite a nice place. So what I'm going to do now is try to go find some Geknip on that planet, and then start growing some Nip here. So let's get started. I'm going to do this, and oops. Can't believe that I found a home base here. Yes, love this type of place. So hopefully I find something within a reasonable amount of time. Some Nip, that would be good. Let's see here. There it is. This is actually a really cool planet as well. Has some friendly dinos on there. It's like a tropical paradise type of planet. Not bad. And it has Starbulb, which is cool. So I think there's some later farming recipes that use Starbulb. So see what I can get accomplished here. I want to try and find some of the what is it called? Some of the kelp sack here. You need that to grow Nip. I gotta sell those Gravitino balls, or at least put them away. But yeah, I had no clue that you could find home bases on the updated planets with all the things that grow on them. I've tried it and it didn't work, so I'm assuming that I just got really lucky, or that it depends on how cluttered those planets are. If they have enough space on them, because they're usually completely full of those different growths on them. So if you find one that has just enough room, you might be able to find a home base, I guess. And I just didn't realize that was possible. So I'm really excited. It was my goal to try and find something like that, and I did. So yay. Alright, I think I'm going to try and find a shelter. Please have no predator around me. Alright. Yeah, this is the tropical planet of the system. It's really cool, actually. These guys are peaceful. Oh, I didn't find this one yet. Nice. They have large bipedal dinosaurs as well, and they're peaceful. So, yeah, it's a cool place. No, not that. I want a signal booster. Thank you. We're going to try and open some containers and get some Nip nip, get nip for the nip nip. All right. I guess we'll do the resource depot. And on the way, hopefully we'll find some nice things. This game now just needs a few more improvements to combat and more mission types, and it'll be in pretty good shape. The updates so far have been solid. They just need to add a couple more features. They really need to improve how flying works and how combat works. Improve AI, improve potentially even more of the planet variety, get weather patterns like tornadoes and volcanic eruptions and everything else. And the pieces are starting to come together, but you know, just a couple more things, and then, you know, this will be a really nice game. They're getting there. They really are getting there. I'm gonna try and find some. Get nip here. Oh, come on. Right now I'm trying to farm. I found one of those geyser planets since the update, and it had a home base on it. I was very excited about that, and I actually forgot that that was not a place to find that stuff. So we're gonna have to just do some raw farming for a outpost. All right. Hopefully this planet has them, or else I'm gonna have to go to another system. Oh no, that's the last thing I want to have to do. This view is nice though. And flying controls are not good right now. They changed how the ships feel, and they're really heavy right now. It's hard to steer. It's not my lack of steering ability. It's just that it doesn't respond anymore. Like, the ship doesn't turn. Oh man, I don't know what we can find here to grow Nip Nip. I just need some Gek Nip. I don't know if I'll find it here. Worst comes to worst, I'll have to go to another system, and I forget which ones I have fast travel to, but hopefully they have something for the farming. Oh god. Turn. Every time I try to do something, it turns to night. Do you guys notice that? Every time you try to like find something or look at a planet, oh, the sun goes away. It's so annoying. I wish it could be like a, you know, at least on the PS4, like a daytime permanent mod. That would be amazing. Just keep it bright for the whole cycle. I know you can change filters and stuff, but if like active gameplay sessions, it'd be cool if you could keep the light on. And this video will be on YouTube later, so you know, definitely leave your comments on your favorite types of planets or what you enjoy doing most in this game. Are you just a farmer? Do you like playing the economy game? Do you like just seeing the sights? What do you like doing? Fighting the pirates? I think that the mission board was a very good step forward, but we just need, you know, an overhaul to the mission system. We need more. Oh, I'm gonna hit that. Wow, that was some massive damage. Oh man. Ah, damn it. I think that they can just improve how combat works a little bit more, continue to increase the types of weapons you can use, and for example, like, can you imagine if you could deploy like a support drone on your starship during combat and add a whole nother layer of strategy? And call in like a fleet of allies. I think the standing system needs to be incorporated into like active skills so that you can call upon allies to help you out. More like an RPG style mechanic. And then, we could get like multi ship battles that aren't just like, ships flying all over the screen, but like actual formations, tactical warfare. Like, can you imagine that? Like, right out of Star Wars. That would be a huge improvement to this game's action scene. Because right now combat is still very, very unsatisfying. It doesn't feel good. There's no real skill involved other than having a good ship and just pressing the shoot button. And then, like this ship can melt pirates, but even without max upgraded stuff, it's pretty powerful. Is that an abandoned one, or is that a... Oh, I don't know. It might be abandoned. Oh no, it's functional. Nice. Cool. All right. I don't even see what I find here. 6. Oh, so this is okay. That's going backwards. 112. Hang on. So the 6 replaced. The 6 went 3 or 1 to the right, and the 2 went 1 to the right, and then 1 to the right. So then it's 1 2 6 1. All right. Oh. Another stupid relic. Yay. This thing is massive. If you guys actually have seen these up close, I mean, it's taller than like most trees. It's just, it doesn't even fit in your freighter. It clips like at that point right there. It's crazy. This thing is love this ship. Love this ship. Just amazing. All right. I'm not going to do this for too long, guys. This won't be, a huge play session. I'm just going to do a little bit of farming. Just chat randomly about the game. And, then I'll just post it online so it's there for anyone who wants to watch it. Can you imagine if giant water creatures breached the ocean? How cool that, like whales. I know people have been asking for whales, but imagine that. A pod of things just jump out of the water. It would again add more oomph. And then you could get like tidal waves and hurricanes. Like if they could do that, man, we would really be in some good shape there. I don't want to go to that thing, forget it. I want to keep farming a little bit more. And, I'm not sure how much they can innovate their combat mechanic or their just the motion mechanic of this game. The motion mechanic is really underwhelming. It doesn't have a lot of response. It's heavy, and there's a lot of auto aim. And I know it's not supposed to be an action game. No kidding. But just smooth movement and controls would be a major benefit here. Like, just picture even Borderlands, like that style of, run and gun, just that feeling of movement versus what we have here. Just to give you a general, comparison. It would be a lot more fulfilling if the controls felt responsive when you were trying to shoot, run, and doing all that stuff. And that's all just constructive feedback. I think the updates so far have been in the right direction. Just need a little bit more. And we're going to be in really good shape. And what's that? You have a, they have a little crate there. I don't, no. Oh. Hey, this ship is expensive. The insurance is astronomical. For those of you who don't know, these ships are actually somewhat inexpensive. I mean, you need to have like a couple million to buy one, but compared to other ships in the game, it's very cheap. And these are really good ships for fighting pirates and warping. So, you know, those are definitely things. Once you enter a system, you can use one of these exotics. The way you get them, best way, is to find. I'll just show you here. Best way to get a nice ship. What am I doing here? Discoveries. Okay. Look at the economy section and find something that's good, like you know, flourishing, promising. Like there's keywords that indicate a good economy. Find a system like that. Find a trade post and wait. And one of these things should land within, you know, a half hour, under an hour definitely, unless you're really unlucky. And then you'll get one of these beautiful ships. So that's how you find these exotics. And good luck to your farming. I mean, I tried farming for these guys for a couple days and didn't find anything. And then finally this thing landed and it was great. You know, so you should be able to find something with some dedication. Does this have a crate? Ah, it's a fucking broken crate. Of course it is. I think I have to find an actual outpost. Oh, there's one of the peaceful dinos right there. Pretty cool. It's like a rhino T-Rex thing. Pretty neat. Also, a good strategy, guys, when you're playing this game and you don't want to just be a trader or a farmer, become a scanner. I don't have the max capacity, but if you go to the space station, you'll be able to upgrade your analyzers. This adds currency to every find, so everything's more valuable. You're getting up to the hundreds of thousands for every scan once you do that, and you can start making a living just by scanning things and finding planets that have life. So best bet is to go to planet systems that have like at least 5 planets. Definitely want to try 6. And oh, fuck you. Get out of my face. So that's how you kind of can make currency. Now you can be a scanner and traveler, you can be the, you know, the old farming route, and you can do the mission board, and you can also fight pirates. If you find a system that has, again, this is a great addition to the game. This is one of my favorite changes. They give you categories to the system that kind of influence your gameplay. So conflict level. This system right here that I found earlier, at war, I would find a level 1 pirate like every couple minutes, maybe less. And what you can do with that, get this exotic ship and kill the pirate, and you get 100,000 units for doing that every time. Plus their bounty, which you can sell for additional units, the, what's it called? You might sometimes get this stuff, Herox, 25,000 a piece. So before you know it, you're already getting hundreds of thousands of units just by killing a few pirates. And that's also a decent way to make a living. And there's a little bit more action involved with that, so you kind of have more variety of how you make money. I wish this thing could like turn into a energy knife and I could like attack something. I'm just thinking of like a mecha series where you're like freaking Gundam over here, Optimus Prime. Alright, so if we could get Transformers in this game, that would be off the chain. I think everyone would buy this game if you could have a mech That would friggin' stomp things out. Let's just make this like Voltron, you know? We'll turn No Man's Sky into Voltron. I'm gonna pitch that idea to Hello Games and get a royalty check. Stealing Voltron's idea and No Man's Sky's idea together. That's totally legal. Step one in having a good idea, have a good lawyer too. You need a good lawyer. If you have an idea, it needs to be protected. It's interesting, like No Man's Sky developers at Hello Games, they own the algorithm that made this game, and they produced it. And they own all of the textures and all of the why am I forgetting the word? The assets, the templates, whatever you want to call it. The models, the in-game models. They own all of the models, and these are theirs, even though none of these planets are technically designed by them per se. It's designed by the algorithm. But they have rights to it because they created it, and it's their algorithm. So the almost endless variety of landscapes and textures, like this mountain here, Hello Games didn't actually sit down and make that. They made an algorithm that made that, but they own it because of the algorithm. It's just kind of an interesting concept, because we're used to games where people just handcraft everything, and they drew it, they programmed it, and they made it. This game, mathematics made it, more or less, and then the developers added the accessories like the trees and the textures and stuff, but it's just kind of a cool concept how that works. Alright, I'm not finding shit here. This is unfortunate. Nope, it's not good. So, well, I appreciate your patience as I was farming there. I didn't find Jack. So I'm gonna go back to my home planet, and we'll just have a little bit more of a discussion. I'll show you the scenery of the geysers, and then we'll end the video. This is not supposed to be a long session, just kind of a update video. I also need to start thinking about if I want to upgrade the hyperdrive and the pulse engine for this thing. I'm a little bit torn on the hyperdrive. I mean, I could just get an Explorer with even better hyperdrive, potentially, and just focus on that. But, I mean, I don't know. It's a good hyperdrive. This is 59%. That's really good. But I think there are better out there. All right. Again, I really I did not realize that you could build a home base on these types of planets. I was kind of amazed by this. And what's really cool about this base, now I can actually show you basically what it looks like. So it's one of these geyser planets, so you get these things growing. And then normally, when I've tried building a base on these types of planets with the constructs, the towers, or the floating things, there's no way to look for a home base. Like, nothing exists. All you find are the Sentinel terminals, and that's about it. Like, you don't find any other points of interest. But I have a home base here. And look, the carbon floating things actually grow on my property. This is so amazing. If I actually go back, first of all, they're in the background, which is a nice touch. But if I go up here, let me just show you this. Look at that. I mean, it's like part of my base. I have these these things floating in front of my house. And I don't know how into the building I'm going to get. It takes a long time, but I don't know if there's a way for me to like incorporate those without destroying them because they're made of carbon. So technically I could get rid of them, but I don't want to. I just think it's, you know, they're a part of my property and it just adds a lot of character to it. So I'm actually going to call this planet a different name. I'm going to call this place, I think, Oracle. We're calling it Oracle. All right. So yeah, I look forward to building here and just making the most out of this very cool find. So good luck to all of you home hunters out there. I'm not anywhere near the center, and you know, I don't think there's any portals on this planet. I did some scanning earlier and I wasn't finding anything, like no other points of interest. But actually, let's do that before I leave. Let's see if there's anything else on this planet. Let's do that as a closing activity. All right. Monolith Resource Depot. So they do have resource deposit and a monolith, but they don't have any sort of, you know, like base or what's it called? A facility of any kind. So, yeah. All right, they're off planet. Yo, literally, there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. It's like there's just a random home base here. I'm super lucky about that. I get to view this from my base. I get to see these amazing freaking constructs and the, you know, floating carbon discs. It's like right out of sci-fi, and I'm just so lucky to have a place like this. Damn cool. So this is Cyclone. I am signing out for now. But I will be back next time with more No Man's Sky. Catch you all later.